going to do the state board manicure. State board manicure now is done on a plastic hand. My setup is I've already sanitized my table. I put a cloth towel to protect the table, and I'm going to use SMAs or paper towels in between each procedure. I have everything set up with all the labels facing me, and I put my bottles in order that I'm going to use them. So the first bottle is polish remover. Second bottle is cuticle remover or cuticle solvent. Third is cuticle oil and hand lotion. I have hand sanitizer, base coat, colored polish, red polish, and top coat.
They want you to do red?
Cotton. And on the side, I have my SMA or another paper towel with the implements I'm going to use in here. So I have a nail brush. I have a plastic pusher. I have an orange wood stick, an emery board, and Q-tips. Q-tips are to clean polish off the skin if I get it on there. Notice there aren't any metal implements anymore. We're not cutting the nail shorter. We're not nipping. We're not using a metal pusher. It's all just disposable and sanitizable plastics. When you get a doll or a hand from the kit company, it's going to come to you with tips already placed on it so that you will have a free edge. Okay, so my first step is to sanitize my hands and to sanitize my model's hand. Now, they do give you a stand that you can clamp your doll onto or your practice hand onto. I'm going to just hold it. Okay, so I'm ready to start.
You're allowed to just hold it at state board?
Yes, you can hold it or put it on the clamp, either way. So my first step is to remove polish. When you take out the cotton, you just touch the one you're going to use. If I want, I could pull out a few pieces of cotton here. And whatever I use, and whatever I don't use from this bag, from this paper towel, I have to throw away. Whatever I didn't use in the bag, I don't have to throw away because nothing got contaminated. So I'm going to put the polish remover, and they say to do it with in a sanitary manner, meaning don't touch the cotton or don't touch the nozzle to anything, not your fingers or the cotton ball. And when you get some product out, you want to close each bottle
You get marked off when
before you return it. So I'm going to remove the polish. Because there's a plastic tip on here, plastic tips melt sometimes. They soften with the polish remover. So you don't really want to stand there and rub the plastic. Just go through the motion. Okay, and I'm done. Next step would be to file the free edge, shape the free edge. So I'm going to take my emery board. It doesn't matter which finger you start on, if you start on the pinky or if you start on the ring finger, wherever you want to start is fine. And I'm filing from corner to center. Corner to center. And you can see I'm only doing it once on each side. I just have to show that I'm doing it. Soak.
Fingers and bowl of water. Yeah.
So this is the tricky part, getting all her hand in there. But I don't, it's all pretend, it's all mock. So as long as they see me doing this, they know that I know that this is the next step. Once I take it out, and apply cuticle remover. So again, you don't want to touch the nozzle to the client's hands or to mine, so you just drip some product on there and massage it.
Could we take a cotton ball if we wanted to that?
Sure. Yeah, if you want to saturate a Q-tip and do it, you can. If you want to saturate a cotton ball and do it, you can. And I don't have to drip on each nail. If I have enough product here to saturate a few, then that's okay. Close the cap. And now I'm ready to push the cuticle. So I could push with either side. This one's a little scrapier or rougher, and that one's softer. Doesn't matter, it's all pretend. So you're just going to push the cuticle. And now I need to clean under the fridge. So before I return anything to my paper towel, I'm going to wipe it clean. I want to use my orange wood stick to clean under the free edge. But I can't use it bare. I have to cover it with cotton. So I'll take a piece of cotton. And the reason why you can't is because this is orange wood stick, so it's made out of wood. And sometimes the ends, when they cut it, splinters. And you don't want splinters to go on the client's skin, so you cover it with cotton. Dip that in my water and just clean under the free edge. So I'm going to take off this cotton off of the orange wood stick before I return it to the SMA.
And is her hand still soaking while you're doing that?
Yeah, now I'm going to clean off all the cuticle solvent from her hand and buff it. So I'm going to take the brush and brush any product off. Now because this is wet, my brush is wet, I can just leave it here. Because if I put it on my SMA, I'm going to get it wet. So I will dry her hands now. Now I'm going to apply the cuticle oil. And if you'd like to put it on a cotton, let me do that so I could just show you the other way of doing it. If I want to, I could saturate a cotton ball. Close the cap and saturate the cuticle this way, or I could drip it on, either way. My next step would be to do the massage. So, hand lotion. Don't put too much lotion because you don't want to spend a lot of time on this part. And you're going to massage. Now the directions, what do they say exactly about the massage? Can you read that part?
It says applied massage. Apply massage products using infection control procedure. Massage palm, back of hand and fingers while maintaining continuous contact.
So you're graded on massaging the back of the hand, the palm, and the fingers. So as I'm holding it this way, I'm going to massage the back of the hand. And basically, I'm just going, starting from her wrist, down towards the fingers. So start on the outside, then go to closer and closer to the center. Then I'm going to do the palm so I can stand it up, and with my thumbs I'm going to massage the palm. Same thing from the outside, and then going in. And then the fingertips. The hand is not very flexible. It's kind of hard to move them around. If it was a client, you can wiggle the fingers around, but I have oil and lotion on her fingers, so I'm going to clean that off. Take cotton. And I can do this with polish remover, or I could do it with the water. I'm going to do it with the water because I don't want to soften the plastic. So you're just going to clean off the nail plate. Once you clean off the nail plate, you don't want to touch the nail plate because your hands have lotion and oil on them. So I'll take off the cotton, return it, make sure the nail is dry. And I could polish. So my first, you might want to check that the cap is not on very tight because I have oil and lotion on my hands still, and if it was tight I wouldn't be able to open it. So maybe you loosen it first. Okay, so normally you could hold the polish. If you could hold the polish and her hand, you can do it that way. You don't have to hold the bottle. You're just going to put your base coat. Try to do thin layers. The next procedure I'm going to do will be the artificial nail, the sculptured nail on the index finger, but I'm still going to polish it. If you get any polish on the skin, you could wipe it off with your hand or with the plastic part of the cuticle pusher. If you use an orange wood stick, you have to cover it with cotton, and that doesn't make sense because the cotton is going to stick into the polish. This is tricky too, because if I put her hand down, it's gonna, I'm gonna mess up her polish.
Her hand can't be down.
Well, if I put it down as I'm doing the thumb, the pinky touches.
But
Next is the color. Just red. The State Board wants red. So again, if you get it on the cuticle, this is a good time to clean it before it dries. That way you don't even have to use those Q-tips, because the Q-tips have cotton on them. It's actually easier to do on a client than it is to do it on the plastic hand.
It's always easier to do it on the client.
Doesn't matter how many times you brush the polish on the nail. Sometimes you'll read that you should do 3 strokes or whatever, but it doesn't matter. As long as you're covering the nail and keeping it off the skin. These hands that we purchased don't have the clamp or even the option of putting it on a clamp. The ones that some of the kit companies have do fit on the clamp. You have 20 minutes for this class, which is enough time. Always 2 minutes for setup, but that's not in the 20, so it's 22 minutes, yeah? 2 minutes for the setup and 20 for the procedure. They will warn you when you're halfway through. When you're finished, you're going to flip the hand around to let the examiner know that you're done. The last step would be to put the top coat. For this, I might leave it down. Try it like this. Yeah, it works. When I'm finished, I'm going to turn this around so the examiner knows that I'm finished. So I'll turn it around, and in the meantime, she could be checking another student that has turned theirs around, so I'm going to clean up. So everything that I have here that is sanitizable or disposable gets taken care of. So this I could sanitize, so I'm going to put it in my soiled implements drawer. None of this can I sanitize, so I'm just going to throw it all away. I didn't open the container, so really I don't need to throw that away. This is in a closed container. I don't need to throw that away. This gets thrown away. This goes to the soiled implements container. I'll take this, dump it, and put it in the soiled implements container. And I'm going to leave everything else out for the sculptured nail, because that's the next step.